안녕하세요, Cody입니다. 오늘은 followthrough. Hello everyone, tennis coach Cody here. Tonight we're going to talk about the 3 different types of follow-throughs from a forehand ground stroke. So we're answering to you guys, a subscriber's question. This is our first video on answering to a subscriber. So I'm excited to talk about the 3 different types of forehand follow-throughs. So as I said earlier, we're going to talk about the 3 different types of forehand follow-throughs. The first type of follow-through we're going to go over is the follow-through over and down the back over the shoulder. Follow-through number 2 is with the thumb touching the shoulder. And follow-through number 3 is the thumb to the bicep. So all 3 different types of forehand follow-throughs, they have advantages and some have disadvantages, and they inflict different amounts of spin and power onto the ball and are used more effectively in different parts of the court. So let's go over follow-through number 1, over the shoulder. One advantage of following through over the shoulder and down the back is it's easy for you to engage the shoulder and drive the ball deep while also making the ball drop on the other side of the court. The disadvantage of this follow-through is that you won't, you can still pronate and move your racket from right to left, but you won't get quite the amount of spin as the follow-through where the thumb touches the shoulder. So this follow-through is good while you're learning the forehand stroke to get the shoulder engaged, drive the ball deep. So now I'm going to give you an example of follow-through number 1, where the racket head is going down the back. Woo! So now let's move to follow-through number 2, finishing with the thumb to the shoulder. You'll see a lot of pros on the tour finishing with this type of follow-through. It's a little more difficult to get the shoulder engaged, creating power, driving the ball deep, while also pronating and making the ball spin very heavily and drop. That's kind of one of the disadvantages. It's kind of tough to learn this way and get the shoulder engaged while also creating a pronation. Typically, if you learn or if you're hitting this way, starting out as a beginner and intermediate player, you're going to be spinning the ball very short. So one way to correct this is to then add a longer follow-through down your back. But the reason why we see a lot of the pros doing this type of follow-through is they still get the shoulder engaged and drive the ball out deep, giving it a lot of punch, while also creating wicked topspin by doing this windshield wiper pronation and finishing at the with the thumb touching the left shoulder, not down the back but at the left shoulder. Watch any of the pros playing on the UTR tournaments right now or World Team Tennis, and you'll see most of them finishing here in the men's and women's game. So just to go over again, you can create power with this type of follow-through and also wicked amounts of topspin, lots of heavy topspin. Moving on to follow-through number 2, where the racket head goes around the body and the thumb touches the shoulder. Ready? Boom, and it drops. It's the follow-through I like to use in many of those pros. Now the third type of follow-through is where the thumb finishes at bicep. So this follow-through is used when you're inside the court because it creates a ton of topspin and you don't get your shoulder involved. As you can see there, when the thumb is touching the bicep, it's pretty much impossible to drive your arm through and then finish here. So come up with me, up here in the court. So when I toss it short, I'm going to now finish with the third type of follow-through. The goal is when you're inside the court to create a ton of topspin sometimes and hit a short angle. So if you're trying to do this, tossing it short and boom, finishing with the thumb, boom, right at the bicep. As opposed to when we're at the baseline, we want to use a follow through that'll engage more shoulder inside into the stroke. So we're going to use either the first type of follow through down the back or the second follow through, thumb to the shoulder. So I'm going to do the second type of follow through. That's the one I like to use more commonly. So boom, I drove it pretty deep, and the ball had a lot of top spin. Follow through number 3, the thumb to the bicep. It's used when you're inside of the court to hit a short angle to create a lot of short top spin to angle your opponent. Or if you're further back or at around the baseline or one step inside the baseline, you can still use it to create a short angle. We don't want to use it though if we're trying to drive the ball deep. So if you catch yourself hitting the ball short all the time, your follow through is probably ending up short around the bicep or a little above the bicep. So that's when you want to implement a longer follow through into your stroke. If you notice the ball, your ball is sailing out, that probably means that you don't have a follow through at all and you're stiffening your arm, like some of my students. And my director I have over there, sometimes he does this type of follow through where it's not really a follow through. It's hard to hit the ball super effectively with spin and power and make the ball drop. It's not ideal for being super consistent. So if that's happening, try to add a follow through to your stroke. Either follow through 1 down the back or follow through 2, thumb to the shoulder. So those are the 3 different types of follow throughs, the advantages and disadvantages of each, where to use them. So thank you all for watching. Hope you can implement this into your game. Follow through number 3, where the thumb is now touching the bicep. And one more, he nails it. No short angle, there it is. Thank you all for watching our intermediate follow through video, the 3 different types of follow throughs for the tennis forehand. The next video we have is our intermediate serve video. We're going to talk about a flat serve and a slice serve. After that, we have tennis coach Cody here playing against a 12 UTR on our smart court system over there on court 1. Then after that, we have answering to subscribers' comment, how to move like Nadal, how to have the footwork of Rafa Nadal. So I hope you're all enjoying our videos. Stay tuned for these next videos coming up. Kamsahamnida. Bye.